Hello everybody, it's Suffolk Graham here from Round Nerds. Welcome to my review of Doctor Who Series 8, Episode 6, The Caretaker. As I've always said in all my previous reviews, there will be some minor spoilers ahead, so if you don't want anything spoiled, turn off now. So the Caretaker episode is basically about the Doctor going deep undercover, where he decides to try and locate an alien menace, and conveniently the menace is located at Clara's school where she teaches at, obviously. So he goes there to try and track it down, and of course this is also where Clara's love interest resides. So the episode actually really comes down to being about developing Clara and Danny Pink's, the soldier from previous episodes, love interest. It would work better if I thought Danny Pink's character was interesting. The trouble is I find him actually quite a dislikeful character. The way he acts towards Clara, when he thinks that she's doing something slightly suspicious, it's actually slightly disturbing. He comes off like he's going to do something he would regret. I get slightly disturbed the way he acts towards her. Rather creepy, actually, in some cases. So I don't like the way it's portraying where it's going. It does get better later on. He seems to come at Shelmore, but yeah, it's just downright creepy. I've managed to prove I don't love his character. I really don't care about having a love interest for a companion. I think we've done it every single time. We don't need all the companions to have, someone on the outside of the TARDIS. We don't need it. Why can't we just have the old one where Doctor and the companion have a platonic relation, off they go, just travel the stars? Why can't we have that anymore? And so, yeah, I find it rather boring, to put it nicely, and I felt that it ruined most of the episode by having this extra character and this extra sort of background. I felt it actually ruined the episode in some ways because it didn't feel needed. The Doctor brings up his dislike of soldiers again, where he previously mentioned he likes soldiers now, which is I didn't. It struck me as a bit odd the first time I heard about it. Once I sat down and thought about it, I actually realised how bizarre it is. Him saying I don't like soldiers. Given that he spent several years working with UNIT, and he's had soldier travel in the past before, even the new series with Captain Jack. So whether it's just this arc incarnation Doctor doesn't like soldiers seems a little bit odd that he's just said, no, not interested, don't like them, won't have them travel with me. Like, well, you have had them travel with you before, Doctor, come on. You can't say I don't like them for that reason. That's just a bit odd. So it seems they've put that in there purely to create a conflict between. It felt like it was just they put in there to set up a conflict between the Doctor and Danny Pink to sort of make them clash against each other in a hope that to create tension. We don't need it. Let's just have an adventure. Let's just go and have fun. Which is a shame, really, because the monster idea they had was interesting. Wasn't particularly scary. I felt it was somewhat ruined a little bit. The trouble was they didn't keep it cleverly. When it was kept all just glances and stuff, it actually had a bit of mystique to it. But when you see it in the flesh, it just looks ridiculous. It doesn't look scary. It's this bizarre sort of four-legged arachne type thing on a chair with a funny head. Just looks odd. It doesn't look menacing. It isn't interesting. And the way they defeated it was so easy, so casually. There's nothing ever felt under threat. It was so easily dispatched. It didn't feel like there was a threat to it. It had no chance to menace them. No, it didn't menace everyone apart from it kills an NPC, but obviously it's not about career games. Apart from it kills a sort of minor side character early on, it doesn't feel particularly threatening to me. So I wasn't particularly worried about it. Which is a shame because possibly a little bit what I could have done. I felt ruined the whole episode as a whole. It just all let a lot of it down. There's not much in this episode, unfortunately. So part of this Doctor Who, what they've now done, BBC have now moved to a later time slot, which seems a bit bizarre. Early on, you can see why. It looks there's quite a gruesome shot actually. Quite early on, you see someone's severed, burnt to a crisp limb, which seems really odd when you watch it, and makes you wonder why they put it in there. And you feel like it's put in there. Was it moved to a late time slot because of that, or whether they want a later time slot, so they put that in there? I'm just hoping Doctor doesn't go too dark. I mean, I've been Doctor Who fan since I was a youngster, and I grew up with it. But I do understand Doctor Who is really for kids. And I know there'll be some older fans out there saying, no, it's for everybody. It's for us. No, it's for kids. It's for families. Everybody should be able to enjoy Doctor Who. I enjoy it, I enjoy watching it, but I also appreciate that it's got to be kid friendly. I wonder if they put it to the latest slot in the hope that perhaps they will make it feel a bit more mature, so had those extra sort of slightly more gruesome scenes in it. Felt rather odd in a way. I hope they don't keep on the late channel, because I know a few people have kids who won't be staying out to watch this episode because it's too late on the evening for them. They'll be sent to bed, which is a shame really, because it's meant to be a sort of get together family time. It just seems a weird time to put it on. It finishes past the watershed. Seems rather bizarre to me. So I hope they don't carry on this. I hope they bring it back, and if it's just BBC just shifting stuff around, BBC stop it please. We don't need to keep shifting around all the times of all the TV programmes. And if I've ever watched a TV programme on BBC that hasn't, doing its normal run, had to be moved, you do Top Gear all the time. It's like, just leave it. You know how long it's going to be on for. Just leave it where it is. You don't need to move it around. Just let it stay at the same time. How many people have missed or tuned in at 7:30 looking for this episode, waiting to watch it, and missed it? Not missed it, just thought, it's not on. And I've missed it because I didn't realise it was on later. Crazy. Then you move back to 7:30, how people are going to tune in at 8:30 and miss it because it's already been on. Just leave it be. Just pick a time you want it to be shown at and leave out that time. Please. Production episode, as I mentioned previously, the monster wasn't very inspiring. I thought it was rather dull and uninteresting. The actual it's obviously filmed around a proper school, and I always prefer when they do proper location shooting rather than any sort of sets. It adds to it, and there are some nice sort of moments in it. It was definitely a very FX light episode. There wasn't a lot to it, although there was some bizarre moment later on where Danny shows off some bizarre acrobatic skills which he doesn't look capable of, and it felt very out of place. We didn't need to see that. Particularly as an early show, he messes up completely, so didn't need to see that. It just felt wrong. But overall production, I thought for the episode was quite good. I didn't notice any particular errors in it. I thought it was probably one of the more well, given that the material that they had to be put in it, it was quite lackluster. But I felt that the way it was written written well, if that makes sense in a weird way. It just didn't really go anywhere. I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to develop both these other characters in relationship and have a threatening background. But what I said before, at the beginning, you don't need it. Get rid of it. We don't need that threatening background. We don't need those character relationships. We don't need them. Get rid of it. So, push it out, please, BBC. I don't want that anymore. Just let's have them go on an adventure. Let's have Doctor and Clara go on an adventure somewhere, a proper adventure. And let's even leave Earth. It looks like next week's episode looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to the moon. And I will say is, if you're arachnophobic, next week might not be a good one to watch because there does appear to be a spider monster in it. But that's great. Let's go and have an adventure. Last week's Time Heist, they went on an adventure. Very odd, very different. I liked it. Week before that, we had some weird psychological thriller. Let's just have some fun with the series. You've got this fantastic premise here. Let's have some fun with it. You've done it before. You've done some great episodes in previous ones. I'm fed up of these ones which are set on Earth, but purely there for character development. I'm fed up with that. I've had so many seasons of you doing character development and having those people with their backgrounds. Are there really people tune in just to watch these two characters? Oh, let's see how they have their relationship. No, most people don't give a damn. No, they don't. Let's just have some fun. Fun, please. I know I'm starting to rant a bit now. I do apologise. But let's have some fun. Fun. So overall, I'd have to say, actually, I was rather disappointed with tonight's episode. I didn't think it was very interesting. Didn't really care about the background characters that were supplied. Didn't really care about expanding on Clara and Danny's love interest. Didn't really care about that. The monsters writing was boring, to say. It just never really went anywhere. It never felt a threat apart from what was implied. So Dispatch it was almost laughable, and it almost felt like they wanted to write a story just about the people, but actual fact they had to put the monster in because it had to be a Doctor Who episode. So they added in extra and just felt wrong. So overall, quite a disappointing episode. I would definitely say probably the worst of the season, and probably one of the worst episodes of Doctor Who I've seen, which is a shame, really. But there you go. So, not recommended. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed my little mini review. If you have, why not subscribe to the channel. We are Around Nerds. We not just do reviews, we also do live streams every fortnight. We've actually just had one recently. You can view the live stream if you look online. You'll see it on there. You can view it. We do next one in a fortnight's time. We do game reviews. We do let's plays, all sorts really. So we're a small channel, but we are building. So come join us and come view it and hopefully enjoy it. So for me, the Suffolk Graham from Around Nerds, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in a fortnight's time on the next review. Thank you.